Good morning, Shane, or should I say good afternoon, Shane?
Today, we're giving them an afternoon edition. This is the afternoon edition of the Two Live Recruiters.
So we're doing a special Juneteenth podcast, a
Yeah,
podcast edition. Yesterday was actually Juneteenth, but today we're celebrating it. So who are
facts.
we, Shane?
Man, who are we? We are two seasoned corporate veterans who are here to say the things that you can't and pass along the lessons learned from traumas received so that you wouldn't have to go through the same thing or at least laugh while you're doing it.
Yes, absolutely. So I don't have my screen today because it's just us. It's family, right? We're just
Yeah,
here
man, it's
together
just people,
celebrating.
man. That's all.
So we're celebrating Juneteenth and or continuing the celebration, I should say. So
Facts.
what does Juneteenth mean to you, Shane?
Man, what, as I was driving yesterday,
Where are you
um,
driving?
we were going to the IMAX to go see Jurassic Park.
How was it?
It was good. It was
Was
good.
it good for sentimental reasons or was it good?
No, it was just it was what Jurassic Park should be.
Okay,
Dinosaurs,
it got 32% Rotten
destruction.
Tomatoes. Okay.
Yeah, it was dinosaurs and destruction. Like I don't know what you
Okay.
expect when you go to see Jurassic Park. Like I
Well,
don't.
the first one was just the best. To me, that is just I could watch that one over
I
and
think the
over
first
and
one was the
over.
best because I meant to check it yesterday, but was the first one rated R? Because I feel like this one was like there was no people getting torn apart. There was no
Oh.
like gore.
Well,
Like
there's no gore in the first one.
yeah, there were, I mean, but you actually
I
saw
mean, the
people getting
guy,
eaten
yeah,
by
the guy on the
dinosaurs because it was on
toilet.
the
Yeah,
toilet.
the guy
Yeah,
on the
like
toilet.
someone gets
Yeah,
snatched up. There's none of that. Like
yeah.
you see dinosaurs
Okay.
go after people, but then you don't see the actual like grab and kill.
Oh,
And
okay.
that was disappointing.
Oh,
But
okay.
learned they introduced a lot of new dinosaurs, which is cool.
Oh, were they
So
real? Oh, are they
yeah, they're
real
real
or made up?
dinosaurs. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming they're real. I mean, I'm not paleontologist,
Oh,
but
but
the
you played one on
concept of
TV.
this one was like
Oh, well, don't
we're
tell
kind
me.
of in the
That's
early
okay.
stages
That's
of.
okay.
No, I got to say it now
I
because it's
don't
very
like to
interesting.
know. Okay, I don't
The
like to know
concept. No, I'm
anything.
just telling you the concept. It's just
Okay.
this is like the first part of integrating humans and dinosaurs together,
Oh, okay.
like on a
I'll get
daily
my pillow.
basis.
On a daily
On a
basis,
daily basis, yeah. So you can imagine the bullshit that occurs.
like going to work
Yeah, like dinosaurs hanging out in like
in the park while you're walking your
yeah.
dog.
That's
Okay,
basically what they're trying to like. This is what they're
just
introducing,
normalize it, right?
normalizing dinosaurs and humans. This is not, and
Oh,
it did not turn out
okay.
well.
Okay, well, I wonder why
I
not.
wonder
So,
why. Yeah, I
oh,
wonder why. But
um,
there's some beautiful pictures at the end, though. It was gorgeous.
so, all right. So, as you were driving on the way to see Jurassic
As I was
Park,
driving to see Jurassic
the
Park,
final Jurassic Park,
no, it's not the way they set it up. It's gonna be more.
they said this was it. Well, I'm
Yeah,
not going then.
it's
Let
gonna
me
be
know when it's
more.
the it. Let me know when this is it.
They
It.
set it up for many more to come after this. Um,
Okay.
I was
Jeez.
thinking that previous to 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
Juneteenth meant a deep connection with a struggle that we've been through as folks, where we as a people came together to celebrate something that the world denied, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it meant to be, it was much more, um, it was much more meaningful, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like many things, once Walmart starts promoting something, I think that takes away the
It just
meaningfulness of it.
bastardizes it.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
officially
Cheapens it.
colonized Juneteenth holiday, so I don't feel
Yeah.
like Juneteenth means what it once meant, and therefore it doesn't hold as much significance to me anymore in the
Mm-hmm.
sense of what it was like the true essence of Juneteenth. I don't know. What about you?
Somebody asked me the other week, like what it meant to me, and I just said it made me sad. And she's like,
Hmm.
"Why?" I said, "It took 2.5 years for the people in Texas to find out they were free, and then once they were free, it was Juneteenth. June 19th was in the middle of the crop season. They had to finish working for free and being slaves, and
Yep,
then they were let go. And then when were they let go to? The
the
streets,
streets,
the streets.
the streets.
So yeah, it's
No, I
and
mean, if you think about it, it's kind of fucked up, right? Like,
yeah.
and then fast forward to Texas doing all this bullshit today.
Oh, I'm
Like,
sorry. Were
goddamn
they okay? Wait a
Texas.
minute. Hold on. Let me get. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there's two. What did Texas do today? Oh,
I mean, just everything
you
they've
didn't
been
tell
doing.
me
What?
we was gonna have cocktails.
I'm just saying. What Texas?
Oh man, I want to go get a beer. It's too late now. Maybe I
What
could
is
send.
Texas
Maybe I could
not
send for
doing?
one. What they do? What they do today?
I mean, just everything. From
Oh,
the
you mean today?
just in
Like not
today's
anything
world. Yeah, how
today. Yeah.
Texas is always at the forefront of some bullshit or
Them
whatever,
in
right?
Florida. Google
Florida and
Texas
Texas.
man or Florida man.
Come on,
You're
man. Come
welcome.
on, man.
It'll keep you going all day.
It feels weird, right? I feel like the old person that I remember when Juneteenth
Right.
used to be black folks would be like it was almost like this quiet understanding, like, yeah, we got
I
you.
see you. Like when we
I
see each other
see
on the
you.
street.
Yeah, like I
No
see you.
matter where
Nobody
we
else don't
are
know
in the
what we're
world,
doing,
like,
but I
right.
see you. Where you going to the spot? I see you dressed up there. I
Yeah.
know where you going, right? It was that
Right.
thing. Now when I hear like persons of other backgrounds talking about Juneteenth, I'm like,
Well, I'm glad that they're having the conversation because yesterday we went to dinner for Father's Day. We went to Ocean Air, so it's a chain seafood restaurant, but
okay.
where has it been all my life? Okay,
Was it good?
Delicious. I mean, just oh my gosh! I had the my appetizer was the what was it? The shredded crab like lump cocktail.
Oh,
Jason
that sounds good.
he got oysters. I wanted to get the whole tower, the seafood tower, but he didn't want the seafood tower. And it's Father's Day. So.
It's Father's Day, so you got
and they had
something.
caviar, and I wanted caviar. So
did you watch Jesus and Mary? Did you see them do caviar shots?
No, I haven't watched it, and I didn't watch it last week. Was it on last week?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I didn't watch it last week. So anyway, where was I going? I was going off on this tangent.
You were there. We're talking about how other people are
now yes, on the way home, we passed a super spreader event, a super spreader Juneteenth event. It was all white folks, which is, hey, do you? They looked like they were having a good time. They were packed into this little spot on this terrace. And I was
Juneteenth?
like, because they have tomorrow off.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So
that bothered
Ariel.
That bothers me.
That didn't bother me. It bothered Ariel. Ariel's like basically saying should like only black people should have off.
Yes, I 100% believe that.
That's ridiculous.
Should
only Christians have Christmas off? I'm like, that's silly. Should only veterans have Veterans Day off? Should only presidents have President's Day off? I mean, I told her that was
President's Day is a celebration of presidency of the United States of America.
Okay, which
Veterans Day we're celebrating veterans.
Okay,
and there's veterans of all color, all shades. There've been presidents of all shades. Now we can say that.
One,
right?
2 shades.
Yeah.
Three, white, dark white.
Yeah, exactly. And and the vice
brown.
president, so we got
okay, all right.
But Juneteenth is a celebration of black folk not having to work for free no more.
Okay.
I don't see why everybody should have that.
It's a federal holiday. Joe said.
Now,
it's a federal holiday.
Now,
a lot of people didn't. A lot of people are enlightening themselves as to what it is and how it's everyone's history. It's not American. It's American history. It's not just black people's history. Isn't that anything that happens in America everyone's history? It's just the history.
Only when it benefits everyone.
Oh, how does it benefit anybody? I mean,
because I know a lot of folks who took a 4-day weekend. They took off Friday and they took off Monday.
Okay.
I know a lot of folks who were like, we have Monday off. I'm gonna take a 4-day weekend. Okay,
Okay.
It is.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's something I didn't know about the reasons why the red foods. Did you know about that? I didn't even know that you were supposed to have red foods at your celebration. Did you know that?
Nah, break it down.
Yeah. So the reason for it, and it goes back to let's see, Africa, like this culinary historian Michael Twitty said, these foods and drinks likely had similar ties to foods originated in the cultures of Yoruba and the Congo people enslaved in Texas. So the diaspora shows that red foods and drinks like I just said that. Hold on. Oh, okay. So across the diaspora, red shows many plates like plants like hibiscus. Hibiscus, yeah. Traditionally in West Africa, red is considered a color of spirituality, strength, life, and death. So I had no idea. So enslaved people used red corn to make their own whiskey. Jack Daniels.
You beat me to it. Shut up, Jack Daniels. I'm gonna go buy me a bottle of honey Jack this afternoon.
Yeah, but the origins of many black traditions, regardless of culture, like we don't know why we do it because it gets You know what I mean? It just gets white. I won't say whitewashed, but you go down the rabbit hole of being enslaved for 400 years, and you
You get
forget why you
whitewashed.
do.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
forget
let's not.
why you do something. So it's like,
It's
did
like we
you?
forget our religions. We now,
Yeah,
many religion stuff we came over here with, like, are
right.
very.
Like we came up, like people, like there are people that say that black people have no culture, but we do. We have a history. We have a deep rooted. We just don't. It's like we
I mean, you want to know our
don't
culture? You can
remember
just
it.
look at American culture
Yeah,
because
I
a
know,
lot of
but
things,
some people say American culture is not a culture, but we have a culture. It's deep in West African roots,
most
so
definitely,
we
most
just don't
definitely.
know it. But did you know? This is off on a tangent. Did you know that Santa Claus's colors used to be green?
I
His
did
outfit
not
used to
know.
be. You know why it's red?
Tell me why you're
Coca
fascinated with the color red today.
Coca Cola.
I love
Coca
Coca
Cola
Cola.
decided to make Santa their spokesperson and put him in a red suit.
If only they could have made him black. That would have been great. I
Well,
mean,
they weren't
Coca
going
Cola
to
is
all those
based in
years ago.
Atlanta. It's like I would think you'd be like, you
I
know
love the
what?
black Santas. I love it. I love an authentic looking Santa.
Oh my
Period.
gosh, the black Santas with the
With the
beautiful
yeah.
gray beards. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
it looks better than that. It reminds me of the Steve Harvey, the when he was on Family Feud, and one of the questions was, what looks better in black? And the white guy said people. And
People.
I'm like, yeah, that's facts, buddy. That's
They're like,
facts.
survey says.
And
Um,
people was up there too. That's great.
it was. So, all right. So I kind of skipped some things. So today we have, I guess I have two hot topics. You could add some. And then our main topics are black owned businesses and products, black CEOs, and our accountability corner. So in my, you brought this to my attention. Talk about the gold found in Uganda, the 31 million tons of gold ore.
Oh my gosh. Tell them about.
And
Oh, you want me
today,
to tell you to tell them about it?
yeah. So what I will say is I found out that a Chinese company called Wagagai
You know.
Mining is planning to mine the area, and they just signed a 21-year mining lease, March 2022.
I
So
don't.
why did what? Go ahead. Yeah.
So
So go
I
ahead.
don't believe that that contract is going to be upheld
You don't.
because because the Ugandan president said that he wants to put a halt to Ugandan gold being exported out to other countries. So I think that he's going to try to break all these contracts that he has with like
Hmm.
China and the U.S. and a couple other places that have mining companies in Uganda.
Okay.
Now, what I think that will result in is in some sort of political assassination.
Retaliation. Ugh.
Yes, I don't. Yes, he will. Anytime there's been any sort of leaders, whether they be in Africa or any other country, but particularly in Africa, when they go against what the Western world wants to do, those leaders somehow get deemed, you know,
Public enemy.
tyrannical,
Why do I look so short
and
compared to you?
they
Sorry.
get deemed, confrontational, and
Hmm.
their regimes are deemed terrorist like and must be dealt with, and then they end up dying. So, with so much money now at play, so
So
much.
what's the street value of this gold?
Well, it's
Uh,
basically so it's
It would make
up
them the
to
what
three
third
hundred
wealthiest?
twenty 320,000 tons are extractable, right?
Right, right.
Now, if you extract all of that, it would basically come out to about 700
It's
million
300,
dollars
158 tons or
320
yeah. Over
320,000
320,000.
tons.
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane. And so in today's like that would make them the third richest
Yeah,
country.
that would give them about $12 trillion into their economy. With if Uganda kept all that, they would have the third highest economy in the world, which is there's no way any Western country is going to let little Uganda have that.
Talk about shithole countries, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's no way the Western world is going to allow that to happen.
And South
Um,
Africa is the biggest, has the most gold though, right? I think I read that.
oh, really? You're
Even
telling me
with
so?
this, yeah. That's what I read, but I could be wrong.
That's cool. I mean,
So
but
we'll
yeah.
have to
So
watch that. That's something you're not like you're hearing about cryptocurrency and all this other stuff. And my husband watches CNBC and he even watches Fox Business. I don't know why.
you got to know what they know.
Yeah, I guess. So he
But
watches them all. I
what's
haven't
what's
heard you since you told me about this. I started reading. I haven't heard anything about this. And
because
when
no
I
matter
googled it, I
what,
saw there are articles, but there are no. It looks like all the publications are foreign publications,
listen,
no
because it
U.S.
has to be kept
publication.
quiet. Because if it's loud and it's promoted heavy, and then all of a sudden the president dies, then it's like, oh,
Well,
what?
now our tens of you of listeners now.
And I was like, wait, what really happened? Right? But now if all these newspapers suddenly stop talking about it, and then some
Hmm.
quiet regime change happens, no one's gonna really pay attention to it, right? But that is that these are the kind of things that changes,
I need to sit on a
like,
pillow.
you know, countries'
Okay, there we
history
go. Sit on a
forever
pillow
and ever.
now.
I can reflect.
I'm fire. I'm sitting on a pillow.
Man,
Yeah,
yeah. So
that's
$12 trillion, and I mean that's a 12 trillion into your economy is it's a lot. And if we think about it, there is nothing that the Western civilization uses that is not mined in Africa.
yes.
From our cell phones, diamonds,
Diamonds,
gold.
gold,
You,
platinum,
if
everything.
Africa ever
Every
united,
mineral, every mineral.
every mineral, if Africa ever united and was like, ah, we're not the United States of Africa,
Yeah,
and we're not exporting anything anymore for free. Everybody got to get out, and
right.
everybody got to.
Because
Poof,
nobody,
it would
the
collapse the
Saudis
world.
aren't giving oil away for free.
Exactly, it would collapse the world's economy if that ever happened. If they ever said that we're going to have one united currency in Africa, and we're
Hmm.
going to back our currency with our diamonds, or we're going to back our currency with gold, every single economy in the world would collapse because they're all backed by IOUs, basically. Like the American dollar is not backed by any sort of
Nothing,
huge natural resource,
nothing.
right? So if you back money with natural resources that are actually there, not
Hmm.
cryptocurrency, but
Right.
actual tangible gold, my goodness. That's
Back to back to the Juneteenth thing. Is I was talking to Jason last night because he kept it's my aunt. It's her husband's family reunion this weekend in Savannah. And so he's like, I want my mesh hat. I want my T-shirt. Y'all gonna do the electric slide, like all this stuff. You're gonna play softball. I was like, softball. But
that's
then I
funny.
thought, you know what? The first family reunion was probably held after slavery, right?
Yeah, can
Where
you imagine?
mothers and fathers were looking for
Oh
their
my god.
children from owner
I
to
just got
owner.
goosebumps just now thinking
Yeah,
about that.
that's
Imagine
yeah,
like the kids been taken from you.
yeah. I
Now
was
like
watching
30
something.
years later, they
Skip
you
Gates
get
had something on PBS yesterday about just everything after slavery, and there was a woman. It was her writing. Her tongue was sharing the
yeah,
story of children being owned by this person and by this person and by this person, trying to and setting off to find family.
that's crazy. I think that's
And
why our family
now,
reunions are so crunk. You know what I mean? Because
yeah, and now,
we
right
can make to
now,
be happy.
but we don't think about that. So that's what I'm saying. Like history that you don't think about, but you
Yeah,
still participate and have a good time. You think it's a
right.
good time to get together and play spades and cook out and
You
talk
don't
about.
understand the meaning behind the meaning.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So we got the gold. That is yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that the lease. I don't understand this day and age why a country so rich in any mineral or anything, feels the need to let someone else come and mine it.
Because you've been made to feel like you're less than for hundreds of years, and that these are your Western world is your savior, even though the Western world is literally depending
Yeah.
upon you to live. Kind of like how, back to Juneteenth again, how we used to have mammies in the house who would breastfeed
Mm-hmm.
the babies,
Mm-hmm.
literally are giving these babies life and
Right.
sustenance, but somehow they're still looked down as less than. Africa is like, breastfeeding the world. And somehow we're made to
We're
feel,
living off the teat.
yeah, living off the teat. The world is living off the teat of Africa, but somehow they still feel the need for their approval.
It's like
That's
the
why they,
emperor has no clothes. You know.
one day they'll wake up and
Okay.
realize who they are.
Yep. Yep. Somebody who should know who they are. And when you Google her name, when you Google any Jennifer, this is the one that should pop up. And I was so annoyed that it wasn't. Every time I type Jennifer, it should have Hudson
Mm-hmm.
after it. So Jennifer became the 17th EGOT winner. Emmy was it an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony? She's the youngest winning. John Legend was before her. Second black woman. Who was
I
the
was gonna say
first?
that. I was like, I only, and the most important thing is there's only been two black women to do it.
Right.
Our girl Whoopi, and
Right.
now our girl Jennifer.
Right.
Say what
Yep.
you say
Yep.
about
Yep.
anybody else. They don't got no EGOT, Tommy. They
Right.
don't got it.
Right. And you know where the phrase was coined? Who coined the phrase?
Nah, who?
Philip Michael Thomas from Miami Vice.
Really?
When it first came out, he said he was going to have an EGOT. He said that was his goal. Like in 5 years, he was going.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has an Emmy. I would assume. Do you think he has an Emmy for Miami Vice?
I mean, Don Johnson probably has an Emmy for Miami Vice.
You think? Oh, okay. I guess we could Google it. So yes. Yeah. So when I Googled her, all these other Jennifers came up. I was like, excuse me? Like, Jennifer Hudson. It should be Hudson and then all the others.
Yeah. Cut her price yesterday is not the same price today.
No, it went up.
Her price has gone up.
She got COVID. She got COVID prices now. Yeah.
If you thought you could book her before,
yeah,
it ain't the same now.
Nope.
You ain't booking her now. I'm trying to tell you.
Nope. Well, you could book her, but you're gonna have to crack open that piggy bank, that wallet. Yeah, you might need some of that gold from Uganda.
You don't need something.
Yes. Way to go, Jennifer. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it, huh? Watching her on American Idol, she is her voice is insane. So she's very talented. That's
Man, what was the movie? God, I'm getting my black card.
Dreamgirls,
right? I totally forgot the name for a second, people.
Mm-hmm.
When she went in there singing head to head against Beyonce, I know it wasn't head to head, but we was all like, it was head to head.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was, because they each had their big solo songs in there. They each had
that Beyonce song was terrible. I mean, I'm sorry.
It was her dream girl.
Maybe she didn't write it.
Jennifer, man, I'm not sure when you went to see it, but in the theater I was in, after she did,
I am telling you.
Yeah, I'm telling you, everyone in the audience stood up and clapped. It was a standing ovation in the movie theater.
When nobody was there that made the movie.
Nobody was there to make the movie.
Like the Progressive commercial. Nobody made the movies here when they start clapping. I didn't see the movies. I saw it at home. I think I don't think Jackson he was a newborn. I saw it at home. And I thought, it was a good movie. Jennifer Holliday, Tiffany Haddish, and somebody else, they have like a Friday night thing where they show a movie. And they talk, and they have
on TBS, I think.
Yeah, so they had a guy on there who came on to sing "I Am Telling You," and Jennifer Holliday joined in.
Oh,
she still got it.
I'm sure she does.
Still got it.
She plays on Broadway, right?
Her voice is. I don't know. Her voice is still on 10. So. All right, so now on to our main topic. So we're going to talk about Black-owned businesses and products. And then Black CEOs. Then we have our accountability corner. So, what are some products, Black-owned products, that you would recommend that you can't live without?
I wish I knew you were going to ask me that question. I would have pulled them out. My shades from 9 5 is a Black-owned sunglass company.
Oh,
they are dope. Love my sunglasses. In fact, my doctor.
Share all this. We're going to share all these.
Yeah, we'll put links up to everything. My doctor, he was on my glasses this morning. He was like, "Yo, back up off me, bro." I'm like, no, I'm saying you can go get your own, man. But yeah, so my sunglasses, our body wash. We use.
What do you use?
We have. What's the company that just went through all the drama? Because everybody thought that she sold the company.
Carol's daughter? No. That she did sell the company. Where do you buy it?
Target. Shout out to Target for having
that. It's a family. It's a family, isn't it? Yeah, I use that. It's sugar.
It's upstairs in my bathroom. Yeah. It's like a sugar thing. Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I have to go to this because I literally buy this in.
Listen, I'm going to show off my stuff. Oh, while you looking that? Oh, we just bought. Remember I told you black
the crock pot. The air fryer.
The Black Appliance Company. Yep.
Yeah.
We just
what's
got
that? What's the black?
Krug with a CRUXGG Krug. They do they do kitchen appliances, and they're Black-owned. Couple young brothers. And it looks great, and it works great. So that. What else?
Okay, here's
my shea butter. Love my shea butter. Like, I really try to have a lot of black.
Is it the raw sugar green tea cucumber
scrub?
By Simply. let's see. This is a. It's not a scrub. It's just a body wash. It's called Raw Sugar Simple Body
Yeah,
Wash.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
My wife buys it and I use it. It's supposed to be
Yeah.
hers, but I like my skin clean
Yeah.
too.
Well,
So.
I buy that. I keep. Once I saw it was black owned. I love it. I just kept buying it.
And then, fellas, if you have a bald head like mine, I use Bevel. Bevel is a young brother. He has a shaving company, and you get the old school, like straight
Oh.
as razor. It
Uh-huh.
gives you like a little brush to use to brush it. So I've been using Bevel for years.
Oh, your ballsy beard. Don't forget Keisha Brewster.
Ballsy
Good
beard, most
Keisha.
definitely. Uh, Keisha, one of Trisha's friends, blessed me
Keisha
with her
Brewster.
ballsy beard stuff, and I've been using it on my beard. I haven't got my barber to shape me up, and so I haven't posted it. But once I get like really nice and tight, I don't want to
And glistening.
listen in. I'll post
Yes,
it or
it
whatever.
does
So
make your
that's been great.
beard
Love it. It
glisten.
smells great too. Probably one of the best smelling beard bombs I have used in a minute. But yeah, man, I use a lot of black
Oh,
products.
minted. I
What's
know I've
minted?
showed this before.
Oh
Minted
my gosh, yeah.
cosmetics. Yeah,
Did you
they
get that
sell
from
it.
Target?
I get it from Target.
Yep, my wife
Every
has it
time I
all
order
day.
from Target, I throw some in there. Then these are the best nudes, and nudes are hard for me because my top lip is darker than my bottom lip. So, but these nudes are so good. Like
I
every
never
other
noticed it.
nude I ever had to use was
Is it all
I
our
was
top lips darker? My top lip is darker than my
oh
bottom lip
yeah, I
too.
don't think yeah, other people's aren't though. I know people
Really?
who
I thought that was so we're not normal.
uh-uh.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe we are and they're abnormal.
They're abnormal. That's what I'm
Mm.
gonna go with.
But I always like with Mac and other brands, I always had to use a pencil first, and then put the lip the lip gloss or
Like
the
my shea butter right here.
or
K
the
K Shea scent. I love my shea butter. I really do.
what else?
Um
Honey
what else?
pot,
Oh
honey
my
pot.
gosh, I just made a honey pot run yesterday. Fellas, if you don't know what honey pot is,
Yeah,
then
you could talk about honey
you're
pot.
not living your best life for your wife or your girlfriend. No, I mean I know about honey pot and I went and just
Feminine
picked up the
products for everything from
facts.
yeah, they have wipes, they have like cleansers, they have tampons, panty liners, and they have herbal panty liners, so they're cool.
That's what yes. My wife
Yeah.
was like, if you love the vajayjay, you'll take care of the vajayjay. And I was like, bet. I got her every
What
single
does
honey
she
pot
want? Yeah,
product.
like
Every
yeah,
single one she
yeah,
had. She was like, I don't need all these. I'm like, well, you told me if I loved it, I would take care
right.
of it. So here you go.
It's like if you build it, they will come.
Exactly. Literally. Ha! It's funny.
Gosh, I set myself up for that one. Okay, this is a children's show. No, it's not a children's show.
Literally.
What
Documented
else?
to prove it.
Oh, there's this new hat apparel. They sell satin line bucket hats. They're cool, called Ken Apparel.
Oh, cool.
Ken,
That's what's up.
Yeah, KIN. So Ken Apparel.
Mhm.
We'll share that too. They have. Oh, and I mean this is not new, but Browndages. You didn't know about
I
those?
didn't know. Yo, Trish
Yeah,
reprimanded me this weekend because
Browndages.
I thought I was being woke and I was buying like
Buying the one brown
skin
color
tone
Band-Aid.
bandages from Band Aid, and Trish was like, "Get your
No.
money back in black circulation."
Yes.
And then she
Yes.
told me about bandages. That was
And
dope, man.
Browndages come in every color that we come
They do.
in, they come in. Meanwhile,
They
Band-Aid
do.
was like, all we could do is muster up this one brown.
This one brand. They got two
Yeah.
now. They got like light skin and dark skin now.
Oh, they got light. Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
light
Well, they
skin and
have
dark
two.
skin.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
stand corrected. But Browndages has every color we come in,
They do.
they have.
Shout out
So,
to Dianu. They're a clothing brand out of Africa, and I buy a lot of
oh,
my shirts and like African based, like not these, but my button ups and polo based pattern shirts from them. They're
and
really good,
how? Oh, are
high
they?
quality. They take forever. They take forever to even look like they are the least bit worn out. Like if I can wash
I
in the
bet the
washing
ink
machine.
that they're using is probably something natural. Like
I don't know
you know
what
what I
it is,
mean?
but them things
Like
look brand new on like the 10th washing and washing machine. It is like,
really?
yeah, it is
Oh,
amazing.
that's
We
cool.
pay for it. It's expensive. It's like, but we pay a lot of money for like Lacoste or like
Sure
for
will.
any other thing. So why not pay
Yeah,
$80 to a black company? Exactly.
regular polo
Most
shirts like
definitely.
80 for a kid. They're like $80. So yeah,
Yeah.
I bought my husband a couple golf shirts for he's got a million golf shirts because he thinks he's a golf pro. I think what were they? They weren't Nike. I think they were Under Armour.
Mhm.
And yeah, you spend a lot for those. So yeah, but
Why not? Exactly.
yeah, why not? I'll have to do that. What else? What other products can you think of?
There's a website called 90s Kind of World. I buy my hats. So they make like hats that have different, like they call them dad hats or whatever. So they have like different kind of logos and themes on them, whether it be
Okay.
like Mike Tyson knocking somebody out, Michael Jordan dunking the
Oh,
basketball,
that's cool.
or things like that. So 90s Kind of World is the kind of going off the living single theme where it says in the
Yeah, yeah,
90s.
yeah. That's cute.
Yeah, and then kind of whatever pops up on my IG, streamline. You know, if it,
Okay.
it pops up and it's black owned, probably gonna buy it. I think IG
Yep.
knows that, so they be getting me. They be getting me.
Very cool. All right. So now we're talk about. You want to talk about black CEOs? There aren't that many of them.
We talk about black CEOs. We can talk about black corporations.
Yeah, we'll talk about black CEOs first, right? Because there's only four now, right? There's Walgreens has Roz Brewer. TIAA has what is it? The Sunda Brown Duckett. She's the chief exec. Lowe's has Marvin Ellison, and M&T Bank has, is that Renee Jones? Yeah.
Then we have
Renee.
Janice Bryant.
Who's that?
Founder of Act One.
Oh yeah, she's a founder. Well, I mean, I was just saying this is black. I'm sorry, black.
She's the
CEOs
founder
of,
and CEO of Act One.
No. A Fortune 500.
Oh, okay.
Those were the Fortune 5. Sorry, those were the Fortune 500 CEOs. The gentleman, what was his name from Merck, stepped down at the end of the year. Kevin, what was his name? I can't remember. There were 6, and now there's 4. All right, so yeah, let's talk about some black-headed companies or the top black-owned businesses.
And we'll start at Hightower Petroleum, which
Oh,
I had no idea was a black owned, and it's owned by Stephen Hightower. Now,
okay.
Stephen Hightower only has 52 employees. He was like, I don't need a lot of money to make a lot of money.
Right.
Because he makes $435 million a year from Hightower Petroleum. Of course, judging by name, you can know it is a petroleum product distribution company. He started the company in 1982.
Mm-hmm.
And so
that is insane. All right, yeah, you'll edit this out. Number 9 is Urban One.
Oh, okay.
Revenue $440 million. Employees 1,058. So that's they're based in Silver Spring, Maryland. Publishing and broadcasting company.
I got it up now.
Providing content aimed at the African American community. Self-titled is the leading voice speaking to Black America. They're the largest distribution of our urban content in the U.S. since 1980. And yeah.
Who all falls into Urban One? Does Jet Magazine fall into Urban One?
No, this is me. Do they? No, that's Media. Like, what's her name? Who was the CEO? Is it? Hold on. It's not. What? It's a
radio stations, cable TVs. TV.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think isn't Yeah,
TV One would be under that.
Yeah.
So number 8 would be the Anderson Dubois Company. Their revenues are at $703 million.
Okay.
They have 543 employees. Started in 1991. Anderson Dubois Company is a distribution company providing logistics services to McDonald's.
Oh.
They provide logistics services to McDonald's. A lot of people think McDonald's is a restaurant company. McDonald's is not a restaurant company, people. McDonald's is a real estate corporation. Because McDonald Corporation owns all the land that every McDonald's is sitting on. That's why they need a logistics company to help them with the logistics, people.
Oh, I have a fun fact about the arches, how they became part. So the arches were there. You know how old school McDonald's have the arches on both sides, so you could see them from the highway.
Yeah.
And then the founder wanted to incorporate like that, so wanted to incorporate it into the logo. So it's not an M. It's just him putting the 2 arches together. So
I like to show my kids little bits and pieces of Coming to America that they can actually see without that.
Oh.
And so my son was like, "Is there a McDowell's?" I'm like, "No." He was like, "There should be." I'm like, "Yes, but I don't think it'll go down that easy."
Oh, Pinky gets started McDowell's.
Oh, for slutty
vegan.
Yeah. Hey, if anybody could, she can.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to tell you. Do you see that she gave out all the dads free burgers yesterday? Because little
No,
baby,
did she?
yeah, little baby bought out burgers for all dads yesterday.
Oh, that's
And,
neat.
from Slutty Vegan. So if you wanted a burger, you could have slipped through there
I
yesterday.
have never. I still haven't. I haven't. I know the lines are too long. I haven't had. I haven't had anything there yet.
Awesome. All right. So number 7 would be Thompson Hospitality. They
Okay.
have 6,000 employees. Their revenue is about $760 million a year. Thompson Hospitality, they do food and facility management, providing the hospitality services in the U.S. They are the largest minority-owned food service and one of the largest retail food and facility management companies in the United States. Originally started in 1992. You don't got to be around a long time to get big time,
Right.
obviously. Since 1992, they have already grown to be the largest minority-owned food service company in the U.S. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yep. So number 6 would be Brigham Foods or Bridgerham Foods. Their revenue is at 870 million. They have 20,000 employees.
That's a lot of employees.
Yes. Bridgerham Foods is part of the fast food and quick service restaurant industry. Formerly known as Manna, Bridgerham Foods is founded in 1988 in Louisville, Kentucky.
By
They
Ryan. By
by
Ryan
Ryan
Bridgman.
Bridgerman. Yep. They have and operate 139 Wendy's, 27 Golden Corrals, 83 Fazoli's, 6 Mark Feed stores, 7 Blaze Pizza restaurants, a
Oh, we have a
Napa
Blaze here.
Napa River Grill, Jimmy
Jimmy
John's,
John's.
and the Layover. Yeah, I love Blaze. My wife loves the gluten free.
I had it once and it was tasty. Golden Corral. My husband calls it the trough.
Hey man, yo, I
We haven't been
remember
there since the kids were little.
when we first moved to the United States from St. Croix, and we were in Charleston, and went to Ryan's, and they
Mm-hmm.
had like the rolls, and they had like honey butter put on the rolls. I thought
Mm-hmm.
that was the greatest thing I ever tasted. I was like, "What is this honey butter on
Stony
the
River
roll?"
has that too. It's a steak place.
Yeah.
They're like beignets,
Okay.
but they're not sweet except for with the honey butter.
Ah.
And
Okay.
you will never have to get dessert there because you will be so full from your ribeye and your
Eat that.
sides. They have one of the best wedge salads. They have, oh gosh. And then you get the rolls and you're like, with the honey butter, you're like, okay, I don't need, yeah, I've never had dessert there. So,
Awesome. Let me see. Next company, number 5, in top 5 would be Modular Assembly Innovations. They revenue comes in about looks like $1,042 million a year. They have 259 employees. Their CEO is Billy Vickers. Modular Assembly Innovations, one of the largest U.S. Black-owned businesses based in Dublin, Ohio. What do they do? They basically help invest money into robotics to make restaurants run smoother.
wow,
Basically,
that's such a, but that, yeah, it's
they
such a misleading, right?
yeah. So I don't know how to. They automate. They basically are responsible for helping automate kitchens in the fast
Okay.
food
Okay.
industry to help cut down
Okay.
costs,
Right.
which helps increase bottom line profit or
Right.
whatnot.
Okay.
Basically, they help get rid of people. Yeah,
Okay.
to
Oh, I
you,
forgot to turn my light on. I guess I didn't need it.
you didn't need it. You're shining.
I know.
Surprisingly, though, Coca-Cola Beverages Florida
Uh-huh.
is coming in at number 4, and they have
Oh.
4,800 employees. The CEO is Troy Taylor. They make about $1,310 million a year. Of course, the family-owned Coca-Cola Beverages Florida LLC is an independent Coca-Cola bottler company. They have 18 million customers across 47 countries, counties instead of Florida, which includes all major metropolitan markets of Jacksonville, Miami, Orlando, Tampa.
Wow.
Coca-Cola Beverages Florida LLC, or Coke Florida, is what it's known as in the streets. Um, Manufactures, sells, and distributes over 600 products of the giant Coke company, as well as many other partner companies.
Wow.
Make that money. Number three, Bridgewater Interior LLC. They're coming in at about $1,969 million a year. Bridgewater Interiors LLC has about 2,400 employees, and they are an automotive seating manufacturing company. They
Hmm.
make the seats that goes in the cars.
Okay.
They make the seats that goes in the cars.
They need
Um,
seats.
Cars need seats, right? And so,
They have two
uh
locations. Wow.
huh. Which
They have
locations?
4 facilities and 2 locations. So 3 in Michigan and 1 in Alabama. Because they make a lot of cars. Well, obviously,
Alabama has a huge, like,
hmm
little baby Detroit thing going
Yep.
on. Well,
Yep.
what used to be Detroit because it's not in Detroit anymore. So
Right.
it's like it's all across the South. You know, when my wife is from Charleston, so when we drive down to South Carolina, we pass major manufacturers. I think Lexus has a facility in South Carolina.
Okay.
A couple large other chains has car manufacturing sites in South Carolina. So
Okay.
Bridgewater is providing the cheers for those. Number two, of course, Act One Group. Not surprised there. Janice has been doing her thing for quite some time now.
hmm
Uh, Act One is founded and ran by Janice Bryant Howard. She is making about $2,800 million a year. And as many of you probably know already, Act One is basically an employment workforce management
hmm
system, right? They're a staffing company.
Yep.
Um, and what's dope about this is she's not leveraging a lot of money here, there, and everywhere.
hmm
Act One is the largest debt free, woman owned, minority owned workforce
Wow.
management company in the United States, which means when that money comes in, she pays her bills on time and she owes nobody nothing.
Wow.
Nobody's knocking on Jameson's door asking for their cut of the pie.
She ain't getting no invoices.
Nah, she don't. She only sends them. She's like, I send invoices. I don't
Right.
get
She's not getting
invoices.
any, nothing
That is,
like 30 days, 30 days late.
yeah, I know a couple companies who don't like to pay their invoices. Do they? Mm. Number one coming in is Worldwide Technology, WWT. Worldwide Technology is the CEO is David Stewart.
Who is a family friend of my
Trish.
husband.
When I tell you Trish knows everybody,
Oh, that means nothing. I don't know
everybody.
him. Jason knows him. His dad
Right,
was,
6 degrees of
yeah.
separation. Listen, I can touch Barack Obama because I know Trish, right? Like, watch. She was like, "Tell the story." No, no, okay.
I don't know if I have 6 degrees. I guess if I thought about it, I mean, we all do. We
Everyone do.
all do.
I mean, honestly, if I'm being real, I can touch Barack Obama because my brother once cooked dinner for the presidential family because he's a great cook,
Oh,
and they were
actually,
actually at his house.
I,
So,
I kind of can because a friend, one of Jay's a good friend, his mom hosted a dinner for Michelle Obama
yeah, there we go.
several years ago before. But had she? I think yeah, it was right. It was during his second term. So
There it
she
is.
was at her house. I've been to her house. So
So
yeah.
we have Worldwide Technology. Their revenue is about $11,287,419 a year. Um, they,
This seems isn't that should be
yeah, I
seems like
mean,
that should be
basically,
billion.
like if you break it down like that, in financial talk, you can say 11,200, or you can say 11.2 billion. But the
Yeah.
financial people like to say,
Oh, you're saying it the
11.
financial way. Oh, I didn't
I'm
correct you because I
I
was
don't
like,
I don't use any of you regular terms like you
I
common. No,
I'm
I didn't know
glad
that either until today. But
I'm glad you said that because I was not going to correct you. I was like, I don't know why you keep saying it
no, you
that
can
way,
say it
but
both ways. Yeah.
but
So
I'm
you can say it both ways. So you can even say 11,287 million, or you can say $11.2 billion. So worldwide technology makes revenue about 11.2 billion a year with more than
in
five
layman's
thousand
terms.
employees. They do supply chain technology.
Mm-hmm.
To get this, 45% of Fortune 500 companies. 45%. They
Mm-hmm.
they they basically got the game on lock, right? So
Yep.
if you are looking to have software solutions to your supply chain issues, you're going to go to
Mm-hmm.
Worldwide Tech because
Mm-hmm.
that they're the best at it. Some of their customers are Boeing,
Yep.
Cisco, AT&T, Microsoft. And if that wasn't enough for you, the U.S. Air Force.
Yes.
Like they do what they do and they do it well and they make a lot of money because of it. So
Yep. He's
those are
from
your
St. Louis.
top black businesses in the U.S. right now.
Oh, you're drinking wine. They let me drink some wine last night at dinner. My husband and my friends don't let me drink wine because they say I waste it. So
I don't think my wife and I go through that all the time
they let me have
because
some wine
I'll taste
yesterday.
something and I'll throw it away. But I'll eat like 2 bites and I'll throw it away. She's like, "You're wasting it." I'm like, "I bought it to eat it. I've eaten. I want no more of it, so I throw it away."
That's
She's like,
like, did you see the movie Hustle yet on
"Uh-uh."
Netflix with oh gosh,
Adam
and
Sandler,
yeah, and that basketball.
the best boy.
He
Yeah,
puts him up in a hotel and he orders everything and just takes one bite out of it. He's like, I just take one bite. Like
that's
all these steaks because I don't want to get fat. He was like, dude,
that's
ate
my thought
the
process too.
whole mini bar, like
Listen.
ate one bite of everything.
I used to be way too fat, and so now like we'll go out to eat, and people look at our table. They're like, "Yeah, y'all got a lot of food," because we'll have a lot of food. Because my wife,
and
like
you just
she likes food too.
and
Except
you
she's
and you just
small.
want to try it?
Yeah, I'll eat like 2 or 3 bites from stuff, and I'm
Okay.
like, "All right, I want to try this," and I'll go over to that one, and I'll go over to that one, and I'll do it till I'm full. And then I'm like, "All right, cool." They're like, "You want to
Okay.
take home back?" I'm like, "No." Okay.
You don't take it? Does anybody take it?
No, what's it taking it for?
Oh my gosh. Well, if I leave, that means it was bad. But I will tell you, at Ocean Air yesterday, they have a cream corn that rivaled Priola Glover's. That's my
I
good
love
friend.
cream.
Her mom, one of my bonus moms, she, God rest her soul, she made the best cream corn for her Art Glover for RDG. And she'd make it and then she'd have sliced tomatoes with salt and pepper on it. Man, we'd be like, can we have some? She'd be like, nope. Oh my gosh. And
I
they
love.
and their sauteed spinach was delicious. I ate it for lunch.
Look at you.
I had halibut and had they have like shareable sides. They're not really like two people can share them, but we were like, okay, I need a vat of this of my own. But it was
Vat. I
so
love it. Let me get a
like I
vat
could
of
be
that.
like, nope, it's
Speaking of
mine.
great food, so Father's Day menu, my wife made some crucian stuffing for me last night. So crucian stuffing is like a dish that's found in St. Croix, and she made it perfectly. Shout
Mhm.
out to her for like being the best recipe follower I know. But she is like you would think that she was raised in St. Croix the way she made this stuffing last night. It was dope. It was
What's
dope.
in it?
Potatoes, raisins, onions, garlic, peppers.
Is it spicy? Is that what has the raisins?
It can definitely be spicy. Like some people make it with like Scotch bonnet peppers. If you know about Scotch bonnet peppers are
Those are
really
spicy.
spicy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then some people make it more toned down. Like the one she made last night was more mild, so it wasn't super
Okay.
spicy. So yeah, the shit was great. Oh wait, look at you
This
representing Pitt
is.
today. All right, see
Oh
you with the
yeah,
Pitt
yeah,
shirt.
yeah. I have my Oh darn it, my Pitt my African American alumni shirt. Can you see it? Oh yeah.
There it
There we
is.
go. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Shout
Awesome.
out. Held to Pitt. Held to the African American Alumni
There you
Association.
go. Shout it out. I'm representing
Is that
sexual chocolate.
Elvis?
No, that's sexual
Oh,
chocolate.
sexual.
Sexual Chocolate World Tour, 1988.
Where did you get that?
Man, y'all know people that do things. You know what I'm saying?
That is so
And I got it in multiple
funny.
colors too. I love this shirt.
Give it
But
a moment.
oh man, I got it.
That
I
is
was
so
wearing it. I
funny.
was walking through the airport, and
Sexual
some
chocolate.
random like American Airlines guy was like, and he was not of my same hue, which was made this conversation even more interesting. He was like, "Hey, do you know why you're wearing that shirt?" I'm like, "Because of the movie Coming to America." He was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, no, but do you understand why Eddie did that role?"
Oh, so he was dropping knowledge?
I'm like, "Why did Eddie do this role, sir, of non-melanated background?" He was like, Eddie had some beef with Michael Jackson, and so he made up that character to make fun of Michael Jackson. I'm like,
Really?
whatever.
Is that
And
true?
then I sat on the plane,
And you Googled it?
like the poses that he does with this character does resemble the poses that Michael Jackson was doing some of his album covers. And I was like, Was Eddie? I thought that was cool. Like maybe this was like a playful jab at Mike. Like because he kind of
Really?
mixed some stuff in there about Prince too. Like he had some Prince
Yeah,
movies
there
in there
was.
too.
Yeah, it was much
I'm like, I
more.
think Eddie was just pulling from like 80s, like famous 80s
Yeah.
pop stars in general.
Did you Google it
Crazy
though to
cat. I did
see?
not Google it because
I
Google will tell
wonder.
you. I don't believe in Google.
Anything it'll tell you.
Anything you
Yeah.
want to know,
Yep.
Google will confirm it for you. Like
Yep.
you can
You are
find some
absolutely
website
right.
to confirm it for you on Google.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
like, I ain't never heard the street say Eddie and Michael had beef. So I'm not gonna
No.
believe it.
And I know Prince didn't like that Dr. Pepper little guy in purple.
Oh my god.
He did not like
Every
him.
time I see that dude, I'm like, how did they get away with this? Because
Yeah, Prince did not like that.
they are walking that fine line right there. Like they are.
Now, I was watching who was it? Oh gosh, who's the Rush Hour comedian?
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker. When he said after the second Rush Hour came out, he said Michael Jackson. The caller was like, "Who this?" He's like, "Michael Jackson." Michael Jackson. Oh, hey, Mike. He's like, "Stop kicking with your left leg. You're making me look bad." Because he must be left-handed. Because he kicks with his left hand, his left leg.
That is funny. No, because Chris and Michael are like really good friends. Like,
yes.
Really good friends. You know what's the coolest thing I like seeing is like when you hear stars, like big stars, talk about interacting with Michael Jackson, and they like turn into like kids when they talk about it. Like I saw like Mike Tyson was talking about meeting Michael, and how he thought it was a hoax, and they were like, He's like, I'm not meeting Michael. Like you playing with me, and then Michael called himself, and then Tyson was like, yeah, I was on the next flight. It was like Michael wanted me to come to Neverland. Went to Neverland. Like it was like Michael calls you go. Like that's
or the Prince stories. The Prince stories are just classic.
Yeah, Prince was gangster. Like
yes.
Prince stories be like, little Prince did that. Like yo,
right?
Yeah. And Prince was a really good basketball player too. Like,
yes,
legit. Like that whole David Chappelle skit.
That's true.
Was like, yeah, that's true. Like he really did like whoop their ass on the court.
Except he didn't make the pancakes. He had somebody else make the pancakes.
Exactly.
But, yeah, like who was telling a story about? Somebody was telling a story about Prince. Yeah, I mean, there's so many of them. I it's just left my head, but like the one where I think Questlove. It's Questlove and the Tonight Show host. What's his name? Jimmy Fallon. So Jimmy Fallon and Prince are playing. I think they're playing pool. They're playing pool, and Prince just whips him and then disappears. Like he went to rack the ball, like get the balls back. He looked and Prince was gone. Right. So Prince is driving down the road. Questlove is coming the other way to meet them, and he sees Questlove. He rolls the window down. And he said, "Where are you going?" He said, "Ask your boy," and just rolls it back. Like his stories are. Oh, there was a basketball player who was telling a story that I can't remember who was it. This is like 90s and he rented his house in LA for like some astronomical amount a month, right? Changed the entire house, like had a club put in.
Yeah, like, I mean, just talking about just changed like some wall.
He removed like
everything.
He put the symbol on his.
He changed the gate. He changed the gate.
Dude was calling. I can't remember his name. He was calling Prince, and Prince wasn't answering. And then he stopped by. He was like, "Yo, dude, what is up?" And then Prince ended up giving. He's like, "Don't worry. When I leave, you will never know I was there." And then he gave him like an extra. He wired him like $500,000. Yeah, I had never heard of him.
And but what's crazy? I think the craziest part about that is Carlos was like. He went back to the house after Prince left.
And it was
the exact same way it was.
Exactly. That's power. That is power.
Prince was like, hey, take a picture of everything.
Yes.
Make sure it looks exactly like this when we leave. Now get all this shit out of here.
He paid how much money to make it look like how he wanted it, and then that much money to make it go back to
way. Hey, when you got money to be comfortable, you get money to be comfortable.
Oh my gosh.
It reminds me of my daughter. We were traveling for one of her gymnastics tournaments, and we went to the hotel. And the indoor pool was closed. And she was like, Dad, we need to go to another hotel. I'm like, what?
Oh
my wife looked at me. She was like, who does your daughter think you are? I'm like
she's like,
she's like, that's Daddy. He can make it happen.
What is that? Remember, did you ever watch, like, Frank, what is it? Annette Funicello and Frankie, who is it? Frankie Valli? Is it Frankie Valli? Like those 50s movies. And there was like the guys like with the pompadours and whatever, and then the other guys who were like with the leather jackets, and they were like this.
Yeah,
She was
so
like, "We're out of here."
Prince sent him $500,000 just to
Yeah.
ease his mind,
Right, just to ease his mind.
along with paying $95,000 a month in rent.
And this was over 20 years ago.
This how long Prince. Y'all don't understand how long Prince money is. Prince was paying $95,000 a month.
Back in the day.
Completely redecorated the entire house and sent him an extra $500,000 just to ease his mind. Just like, hey, calm down. Stop calling my phone. You good?
Right. That's look, you're playing.
Look, I'm trying to do
checkers.
stuff.
I'm playing
trying
chess.
to relax.
Right.
Like, stop calling me. Like, I am trying to meditate.
I'm recording. Yeah.
Like, here, go. Here's $500,000.
Oh my gosh.
Calm down. I need a house that I can rent for $95,000.
Matt Damon talked about seeing him like in Paris or something. He was with his kid. Look, Matt Damon was with his kids, and he says, "Hey, so Prince, are you living in Minneapolis?" He said, "I live in my heart, Matt Damon."
Did Jamie Foxx Prince story during his stand up where he was like, you can never look Prince in the eyes directly because, like, even as
he's so pretty,
he's so pretty, he makes you feel things inside.
Oh my gosh,
that is funny, man. Yo,
there
Prince,
are a million of them.
God rest his soul, man. Prince, we miss you.
Oh gosh, I tell you, Prince. When Prince died, I wanted to die too.
Yeah,
I was like, oh gosh, that was all. I thought I was going to need therapy. I thought
Whitney
I was
Houston
going
did
to
that.
need therapy.
I remember the Whitney Houston funeral like it was yesterday, bro.
Well, that was my daughter's birthday.
Oh my god!
She died on our anniversary. We're about to go out to dinner. We were literally about to go out to dinner, and Jason's like, "Something's going on with Whitney Houston." Like, she was trending, and I was like, "He's a turn the TV on. Turn on the TV." And then the funeral was on her birthday. We were delayed going out to lunch because we had to watch the funeral. So that was.
Yeah, that when they started
upsetting.
playing I Will Always Love You. I don't know what just happened. When they started playing I Will Always Love You as they were taking her casket out, and then Ray J landed on the funeral, and landed on the casket, that she was like, those tears. I was like, oh, the tears couldn't stop coming. The tears couldn't, man. That song.
Yeah.
I remember Michael Jackson when he passed away. I remember the exact moment. I remember Michael Jackson's hearing about it. Like it was yesterday. I was at work, and one of the nurses, because I was working at a staffing agency, and we sent nurses out to different medical facilities. And when the nurses came in to turn in her timesheet from a facility she was just at, so she had just gotten out of the car, and she walked in, she was like, "Michael Jackson died." I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, that.
Well, I was at home and saw that they said he was hospitalized because that's what they said first. So I'm like, it must have been a heart. What's going on? Get in the car, drive to pick up my kids, meet my mom. On the way to get like around the corner, my husband calls me. He said, he died. I boo-hooed. He said, are you going to the funeral? I'm like, you're stupid. But Prince, I found out, I was on the phone because I was working. So they say people that work from home don't work. On the phone all day. Then I was on a call with Jay's counselor. So we're talking, and she says, oh my gosh, did you hear? I was like, what? She's like, Prince died. I was like, I gotta go. I had to hang up with her. Yeah. I was like, I gotta go.
Yeah. When Aaliyah died, I remember Aaliyah, that one was tough for me. When my homeboy, that's when we had two-way pagers, and everybody two-way pagers went off. We flipped them open. I was like, what? That's when they sent the news across. I was like, no, not Aaliyah. Not Aaliyah. Like, Aaliyah.
Shout out to Adidas because my good friend Trent Chesney sent me a picture of his Prince Adidas sneakers.
Oh.
They are awesome.
Jordan Brand just released some purple sneakers about 3 months ago. Even though they were not officially called the Prince Jays, I call them the Prince Jays, the Prince Purple Jays, because they're dope. Like they're like super. They're like Prince Purple and just black, just two colors, black and purple. I love them.
Oh, you know what? I only had one company in our accountability corner, and it wasn't good. Do you have anybody positive in the accountability corner? I think you did. That CEO.
Even one CEO who said that all of his employees are now expected to be remote, and they can work wherever they want, whenever they want.
What CEO is this?
This CEO is Matt Mullenweg. Matt Mullenweg.
What's the company?
He's based in San Francisco. The company is called Automatic, but auto and then like Matic.
Are they
They're
a
basically
software
the company
company?
behind. No, they're basically the company behind WordPress.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so they kind of do the software behind what makes WordPress do what WordPress
So
does.
that's easy for,
Yeah, and
even though
see,
go ahead, sorry.
but I think what's great about his perspective is that it's not just letting them work remotely. They also don't have any quote unquote set work hours. They can work when they want, as
Well,
long
you
as
have
they
to
get
look
their
at who
work done.
they, you have to look at who they probably have a lot of programmers.
Right.
So programmers, yeah, may work all night and you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
yeah, it's who's doing the bulk, of what they're doing. And then those people are programmers. And when they talk about, I guess as far as like our Glassdoor list as well, the people who are saying, "Oh, it's a great company, great culture," and when they're software companies, those people generally like to be left alone. So if you're leaving them alone, it's a great company
They're
with a great
happy.
culture.
Yeah.
They're
If you're
happy.
not making
Leave,
them come to the office, they're introverts who
right?
like
They're
computer.
introverts.
That's where my son, he's gonna be the same way. Listen, my son is so good, man. Shout out to Sean Christian. That's my little homie. He is our second born son. He is our most mischievous son. He is behind anything good or bad happening in my house. It is stemming from Sean Christian. But he's also a little engineer. My daughter's TV in her room was broken, or so we thought.
Right.
And so we're like, we're just gonna throw you out, get you another. Sean Christian was like, let me get it. We're like, why? And he was like, don't worry about it. This man took apart the TV,
He took
did
it
what
apart
he do, and now he has two TVs in his room. Fixed it himself. I
and
said,
kept
I
it.
know, and kept it. Oh no, he's not giving it back. No, he's keeping it. He has two TVs in his room now.
What's he
And
doing with two TVs though?
he has one streams his YouTube, and then he plays Nintendo on the other one while watching YouTube on the
He
other
can't.
TV.
Tell him one of the bulbs is out in my TV.
Yeah, he'll fix it, man. Yo,
I
this kid,
saw
I don't
that.
know.
I saw that was going out. I was like, oh man. And it's a smaller. It's like in our room, so it's a 43-inch. And they don't make like we just bought a couple months ago. Bought what's that one? LG OLED. Like the blacks are black.
Yeah,
The blackest blacks. I mean,
that's
just
what's up.
a perfect picture. But that one is. I think we got a 49-inch because we have a built-in, and that's the smallest it comes in. Like I started watching that movie I was talking about, Hustle on that, and then came upstairs the next day because I fell asleep watching it because I was tired, and I was like, "Oh, I can't watch
It's
it up
all
here. I
right.
need to go back downstairs." But what was I saying about? There was something I was getting at about Hustle that I lost my train of thought. That's a cute movie. You have to watch it. Queen
Yeah,
Latifah plays
to be cute because
the
you're the
wife.
second person to coach, like our basketball coach for my son's AAU team. Literally
Oh no,
sent a text.
I talked about him ordering all the food and
Yeah, he sent
room
out a text
service.
to all the dads saying, "Sit down with your sons and watch Hustle.
It's
It'll be a
cute.
great movie that they can really take." I'm
It
like, what?
is cute.
I looked
It's
it up on
cute.
Netflix. I'm like, why do I need to watch this with my son for?
You,
Like, this.
I mean, I told my kids to watch it.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
tell them
So
to watch
it's
it with me, but I told them if you like basketball, like everybody's in it.
oh yeah, my
So
son
if you
loves
like
basketball.
basketball, then yeah. So our accountability quarter, can we put kids in our accountability
Why
corners?
not? We already did. We already put Jackson in there for his daddy usage a couple weeks ago.
We certainly did.
We
So
certainly did.
I'm gonna put another one in there. That my eldest who texted me last week and's
Shout
like,
out to Jay.
yeah. Do you mind if I go to Hawaii? I said, no,
Do
I
you
don't
mind if I
mind.
go to Hawaii?
You mind if I go to Hawaii? I said, no, I do not mind. And he
It's a
said,
setup. It's a
I said, who
setup.
are you going with? And he told me who was going with us. Who's paying? He sent me a meme of Trump going like this. Or a GIF.
I love that
GIF.
setup. Hey, do you
Sorry.
mind if I go? No,
Yeah.
you should go enjoy yourself.
And so I
Great.
was like, you a lie? Then he's like, I didn't get to go to Hawaii with you guys last year. I was like, well, you were supposed to be someplace else, dude. So that's on you. So I bought the ticket. And other day I said, what's up with did you get your hotel yet? And he was like, no. I was like, what are you waiting for them to be sold out? He's like, no. He just called right before Shane and I were about to record.
Yeah, I
Asked me
love
for
it.
$696.20. I was like, for what? He said, my hotel. I'm not paying for your hotel.
He said it with such conviction, like he knew.
I'm
Like
not.
he's like, yo, like you signed a contract, you didn't give me the money for the hotel. He
Yeah,
was like,
and that's his portion. That's his portion of the room.
yo, they must be staying in some baller rooms.
But
Like
he told me he lied. He told me they're going for 4 days. It's 250 a night. That's what he told me. So that's not computing.
that's $1,000 for 4 days.
Yeah. Well, I guess with tax. Okay.
But if it's just his portion,
That's
how's
it's his portion.
$700? What's the other people paying?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
That
sounds like I need to. I'm going to need him to make it make sense because that doesn't sound like they're going, splitsies or halfsies.
He said, "I got the room, y'all. Don't worry about it."
No. That does not work for me.
That's what he told them.
Well, he needs to untell them. So he's in my corner because he's very entitled. I don't like that.
If we put entitled kids in the corner, golly, then shout out to Solomon, my little basketball player. Like, Solly Wally is my guy. Solly might be the sweetest kid I've ever met in my life. Like, there's not a mean bone in his body, which makes it difficult because when on the basketball court, I want him to be mean to kids.
Right.
But he doesn't want to be. But he's so big and strong. Anyway, so we're flying to a tournament.
Birmingham.
And God forbid we had to go into business economy. And Solomon was like...
His feelings were thoroughly hurt.
Someone was like, are they going to give us our drinks before the plane takes off? Like, no, Sally, that is just for first class. He's like, I don't want to fly back here anymore. Like,
I don't want to be in steerage. I told my sister Gina about that. She's like, I don't blame him. I'm the same way. We will be flying together, and she's like platinum medallion. I'm like 50 on the upgrade list for first. She's like -1, right?
He's like, yeah, I get my seat before the pilot.
And she will be like, all right, later. I'll go to the back.
Yeah.
She's like, I am not going to the back with you. I'm sitting right up front, and I will see you when we get off.
I can't listen. That makes a difference. I'm trying to tell you, we had a connection, and again, we're going for a tournament, and we were up front in first class, and the plane was late. Mm-hmm. And so we landed in the airport in Atlanta, goddamn Atlanta, and we had to go to the other side of the airport to get to the connecting flight. Mm-hmm. And one of the other parents were on the back of the plane, and we were in the front in first class. We made the connecting flight. They didn't because they couldn't get off the plane in time to run across the airport to get the connecting flight. Oh, my gosh. And when we were taxiing out, he texted me, was like, yo, I'm at the gate. I'm like, yo, we pulling out. We taxiing out. Right? So, it matters. Wow. It matters at times.
Well, who are we flying? Delta or American?
Yeah, we're flying Delta.
Well, boo to Delta for not giving enough time for connections.
Oh, man, we were delayed by 2 hours at takeoff in RDU. Mm-hmm. And then, by the time we got to the airport,
I take it back. Even though Delta's, they're canceling a lot of flights. But that's because fuel and not having enough people to work, I suppose.
Oh, man, speaking of canceling flights and things changing, accountability corner, the housing market, that's going in the accountability corner because it is on that. Remember years ago we had that little bubble, guys? We are back.
We're about. Yeah, we are there. This is going to be, this isn't a bubble. This is going to be like a sonic boom. I mean,
this thing is.
And I hate to say I'm ready for it, but it's just, things are just so, I feel like I'm in Russia. I really do. Like, there's no peanut butter, no Jif peanut butter.
No Jif.
There's things that are hard to get. We had some rolling blackouts last week.
Yeah, we couldn't get
groceries are still like.
Groceries are a little sparse.
Yeah,
can't get all the groceries you used to get.
No, I feel like instead of us putting sanctions on Russia, they put them on us.
Yeah, Russia's like, oh, you want to sanction us? Oh, you forget what we control. We control the oil, which controls the gas, which controls getting your stuff from point A to point B, right? So you sanction us, you about to mess up everything.
Yep. It's. I know. I mean, I don't want anybody.
Goddamn Russian accountability corner for still holding Brittany Griner hostage over there in jail in Russia over an empty vape cartridge that she had in her bag 5 months ago. Like, Russia's being super petty.
Well, I mean, I can see why they're trying to use that, but yeah, isn't it funny how America's like we don't negotiate with terrorists, like when it comes to her.
Mm, mm, yeah. I wonder
Yeah,
why. I wonder.
yeah.
I can't quite
If I
put
could just
my
put my yeah,
can't
if I could just
quite put my finger on why we don't care about
right,
getting Brittany
free
back
Brittany,
from Russia. What could?
or why the WNBA was quiet for so long.
Why was they quiet for so long?
Do you think they
Candace
were
Park.
told to be quiet?
No, it's not a thing. Lisa Leslie came out in an interview probably about a month ago. She said that the WNBA told them not to speak about it when it first happened because they didn't want to give credence to the event to make Russia think that they had a more valuable asset. And therefore, Lisa Leslie said that the WNBA asked them to not speak about the incident. And
Because
now
so they would think she doesn't mean anything to us. Like
it doesn't make any sense. It was like you would want to make as much noise about it as possible,
right that
right? But no.
that she's not a throwaway.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I mean,
WNBA
it's
purposely
just
wanted
difference
that.
with saying we're not. There's you think you have a bargaining chip, but you don't. But she's still important to us. Like we're gonna
Yeah,
get her back.
yeah. And so now everybody's starting to make a fuss about it. And I think now your Steph Curry's and your LeBron James are starting to speak about it. We'll hopefully start to see some movement and getting her home.
Yeah, that's weird. So anyway, all right. So what are we gonna talk about on our upcoming shows?
Well, we can talk about take some questions from our
Oh
audience. We'll do a
yeah,
question and answer session. Some of the questions that we've been getting via the DMs, folks are sliding in the DM. So, trying to
yep.
answer some of those questions for the streets because I'm sure if one person asks that question, other people have that question as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do that for the folks, for the people.
Also, I found some interesting statistics on people that drink at work, like working at like this
I
new
was looking that up
phenomenon.
when you sent it to me. I was like, oh, we got to talk about this. So this is
Like it's serious.
I
Now,
saw somebody get fired for it.
um, I have a hiring manager a couple weeks ago who said she had a phone interview with somebody, and she swears he was drunk,
Mm.
and she was going to try him back, like schedule something later just to see if maybe it's his medication, how he was. But she's like, I'm convinced that he was drunk. And this is the same manager who I had the interview with the person who used the restroom. She's like, I can't win.
Yeah, you can't win for nothing.
She's like, I can't win. Yeah, so I know at the beginning, when everything shut down March 20th, 2020, I wasn't drinking at work, but when I would wrap up, I would watch Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy with Jason, with my husband. And that first couple days I had a beer, and I was like, nope, can't do this. Can't do this with beer. Have to do this with water, because I would have, yeah. So I rarely drink, but there's days that I want to drink.
Yeah. Now there's days I do not. There are days that I do not let myself go without making sure I have some THC. There are days where I know it's going to be a long day, and we're going to wake and bake, not heavy bake, just like just a little light touch to kind of ease off the stress that's going to come in my first 5 Zoom calls I got that morning. Like, no, we're going to take a little sativa.
Well, I have my CBD oil. Sometimes I forget. I did put it near my nightstand. I didn't go get some more
Oh man, I got some seltzer water this weekend.
Seltzer water,
THC infused flavored seltzer water.
You know what? Oh, I'm sorry. Black-owned companies. My accountant has a CBD infused water. Oh my gosh, it's in a pink bottle.
Ooh.
I bought it on Amazon. Oh my gosh, that's going to drive me crazy. Okay, talk about something else about that. I can't remember the name of this water.
I think that more Black folks getting into this whole THC world is going to be a great thing.
I see the sparkling water. Oh my gosh.
It is. It's dope. The sparkling water is great because you can just drink it while you're driving, and it looks like you're just drinking soda.
Is it different flavors?
Yeah, I think I have a strawberry and I have a mango in my.
And that's good.
Yeah. Yep, and this is low dosage, so it's on 20 milligrams of THC in it, so it's just super chill. Just relax, enjoy it.
Well, I have to think of this. I'm going to put this in the I am going to put it in when we make a hashtag of a list so you can see this water because I bought it's like I think it was back then it was like $80 for like a case.
Yeah.
And it was very tasty. And I do not see it. I don't see it on my list. I'll have to text him and get it.
Now,
I
as
know
we're
it's
closing out, in honor of the growth and everything we've done since Juneteenth, as a people, is there a brand or a certain type of product that you would like to see be black owned that you have not found yet?
man, there's probably lots of them. Um, I think before I lived here in Atlanta, I lived in Pittsburgh, where it's not a lot of black people. I made an effort. All my doctors were black. I did business with there. I tried to make my money go from to stay in the community
Yep.
versus leave. And I think I've gotten away from that somewhat because I live in a chocolate city, right?
I would think it would be easy to do that.
It is. But sometimes I forget. My dentist is black. A doctor was, but he left, and I love the woman who's taken over his practice.
See, I think in my mind, I have this utopia vision of Atlanta, to where just everything is black owned, where like you have to work to find something not black owned, as opposed to the opposite. Right? You just like pick up the phone and
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's funny because we were in Ocean Air, and Jason said, well, last night I was like, man, that was so good. He said that was the best halibut I've ever had, and there were a lot of us, and I don't know that he normally picks up on that.
Yeah.
I always think that he's like kind of colorblind.
Yeah.
But I said, yeah, we eat high-end seafood too. Like,
oh my gosh,
literally everybody in there. I didn't see one white family.
You said high end, and that made me think of, we're talking about brands, watches. I love watches, and I have several watches from high end black end companies. Tally and Twine, one of my favorite watch brands ever. Seventh is also one of my favorite black watch brands. I have 6 watches. Like, they are dope. I really love them. I feel crazy for not mentioning them earlier. Love Tally and Twine and Seventh.
Well, see, you give it enough time.
You know what I'm saying? You do. I want to see a black owned cologne, like high end cologne. Like I need I'm not talking about like people like Diddy who makes cologne underneath another house. Like I want like a cologne. Like Rihanna needs to come out with a Fenty cologne for men. We know it's her house.
Does she have one for women?
She had one a couple years ago, but again, that was under another house, like another umbrella, right? And so I just want something just pure us, just unadulterated from manufacturer to table, all black owned, whatever. No, I mean, just that is.
I'm gonna find this water if it's the last thing I do. All right, so we're gonna.
I'll put up a website also called We Buy Black. It's a dope little website. You can go there. They have a lot of black brands. And in fact, you can sign up to get like a monthly package where they send you like black owned things each month, from like toothbrushes to toilet paper to detergent to washing clothes stuff, like the whole 9 yards. Called WeBuyBlack.com. So,
did you do that?
No, I've never signed up for the monthly stuff. We'll go on there, see what like stuff like the toothbrush stuff, and then we'll go buy it or whatever. But
there is a black food delivery thing too called Black. I think it's Black Mobile.
Oh, that's what's up.
They didn't have anything. The last time I checked, they didn't have anything in Atlanta yet, which is kind of weird.
I would think that.
Yeah, it's like they Black Mobile. So that's another one. Like your black.
Yep, called blackandmobile.com.
Black and Mobile, yeah.
Culture delivered Black and Mobile, the largest black-owned food delivery service in the country that exclusively delivers for black-owned restaurants only. That is kind of dope.
Yeah.
They got a whole bunch of merch you can buy. Let me search by my zip code.
Oh, yeah, do that.
See if they are around these parts. Doesn't look like they're in. Mm. All right, so I got to download the app to see if they're in North Carolina. Here we go. Let's see. Nah, they're back in Atlanta now.
They are
What's your zip code?
30030.
They are not in your hood.
Okay, but they're in Atlanta, just not
Yeah,
where I
they
live.
got Atlanta, Baltimore, Brooklyn, Harlem, Los
Okay.
Angeles, Philly, Queens. That's it. So
Okay.
man, so Atlanta's actually the only southern spot in there. So
Okay.
Queens, Philly, Los Angeles, Harlem, Brooklyn, Bronx, Baltimore, and Atlanta are the only places they deliver right now.
Okay. All right. Well, so all right, we're gonna list all these on our website.
Facts.
Where else? We're gonna list
On
them
our IG,
on our IG,
they'll
on
be on
TikTok, on
TikTok,
Facebook,
Twitter, the
on
Twitter,
the Twitter.
on the Twitter, on
Yeah,
the
we're
Twitter.
gonna we'll put all these links to all the companies so you can go and find your something for you. I mean, how have you used your air fryer yet?
All right, the kids used it today.
Okay,
They loved it.
that's cool.
Yeah,
So
man.
yeah, so we just think about something that you like more appliances, right?
Yeah, dude.
So
Like if you know, like you said, one it a lot of things can be done to change the way the world is. One of the biggest things we can do is to make wealth and grow wealth. And the best way to grow wealth
right,
is to keep our dollars black, keep them circulating in our black community as much as possible. So buy black products, support black businesses. All black businesses ain't good black businesses. Some of y'all need to work on your customer service. But you know what? Some of these stores got bad customer service, and we still go give Louis our money. We still go give Gucci our
sure
money, and their
do. Go
sales reps
stand
be
in
rude as
line and
fuck.
get
Yeah,
treated. Yes, and you
man.
still right. So we have to.
We will go get
The
treated
water
like
is
some shit, and we'll be like, "I'm gonna spend more money to
right,
show you
right.
that
Who
I
was
should be
that?
in
Who
here the
was that
first time."
rapper that was in? Where were they in? I can't remember if it was Gucci or if it was Louis in there and waiting to get waited on,
Yeah.
and they had a whole entourage, and they were just didn't put him back in their room, didn't give him any drinks,
What?
and they
Did they?
still spent money.
They're like, we don't. You know what? I'm starting to believe they know that it doesn't matter how they treat us, that we're still gonna spend our money because
Yeah,
we need to say that we have it. My
just
sons and
so
I were talking about that today about the Kanye West shoes, Yeezys. Yeezys are ugly. They're literally a ugly shoe, but everyone wants it because they're a status symbol. But that, like
but
visually, they're
Kanye talked
ugly.
about that, and in All Falls Down.
Yep, and he's doing
Okay,
the same thing. He's
how
like,
you spend $50, well, $100, whatever, on a
yeah,
T-shirt to say
you got it.
you ain't up on this or whatever. Yeah.
And he was like, I think Kanye is like an evil genius. He was like, I'm gonna make my shoes as ugly as possible and
Yeah, they're
see if one day somebody's gonna be like, you know what? No, we don't care about the status symbol anymore. It's just an ugly shoe
hmm
because they are ugly.
they're not ugly and
They are
black.
ugly. It don't matter. They are an ugly shoe. They
Oh,
look like little jet skis. That's what every time I see somebody in a pair of Yeezys, I just think Yeezys, the Balenciagas. People are like, you talking about them because you can't afford them. Nah, I
the
can afford them.
Valencia. Yeah,
They're ugly. They're just an ugly shoe. They're ugly.
I don't think Jackson has a black pair. He
I
bought
know
them
you were
with
gonna
his
say
own
I
money.
like they're
He
Jackson
bought them with
shoes
his
are ugly.
own money because Jackson, yeah, Jackson is one of those part. Well, that actually has been working steadily the last 2 years at the Rack. Shout out to Decatur Rack, Decatur Active Living. He does something all year. It's either right now he's reffing baseball.
Oh,
He
awesome.
keeps score for basketball. He coaches. He's a ref for soccer and
Ooh.
touch football, flag football. So he's all year round. But when he was about 9, he wanted to make money, and so he looked up jobs he could do at 9. He was 9 going on 10, but said he was 11 on his on his business cards. He had cards made out by Vistaprint. He's like, could you just put your card in? Could you pay shipping and handling? And he became a dog walker. This child was afraid of dogs.
But he wanted the money though. He liked money more than
He
he feared
became
dogs.
he became a
That's what's
dog.
up.
People were calling him. He made enough money for his iPad, and he retired.
He was like, I came. Yo, he's Jay Z. He was like, I came, I got what I needed, and I'm
Right.
out.
Then
Like
a
Jay Z with
couple
title.
years
Like,
later, he was like, he wanted money again, and he was out raking leaves. Right? He'd have a crew. he'd go and negotiate the price, and he'd give his friends, he'd pay them per bag of leaves that they bag, right? So they had their rakes, and that's let me go get him a professional blower. It wasn't gas, but it's electric. You charge it a good blower, and that helped him. He made money from that, retired.
Yeah, he was like, this is what business, just real businessmen, we don't keep businesses.
Right.
We get them, we may sell them off to somebody else, then we move on to something else.
Yep. Now so he's trying to think of what his next, because Errol's like, you don't work. He was like, I am the poster child for working. What? He's like, I got stacks on stacks on stacks.
He was like, check the green light account.
Yeah, right.
I got a bag.
Meanwhile, here's an accountability. How do we say we're at the end of our show and we keep going? Truist Bank, formerly known as SunTrust. All the kids have their own accounts, right? They were, what do they call them? Now they call them student accounts, but before they were like minor accounts. Yeah, whatever. They were all attached to my account. Once they did their joint whatever, they merged all the systems. They said that their student accounts are now freestanding, but that's not true. Ariel's isn't. One of Jay's isn't, but Jay's other one and Jackson's are.
Yeah.
And I have no visibility. So he's like, and this is a bad thing, like, I think, because he doesn't get a check. So these kids, if you're not seeing your money, you can't see your account, you're using debit card, you know what I mean? Like, you need to touch and feel your money. So I don't let him take his money out. Every once in a while, I may take 50. I have no access to it now. I was like, well, Jackson, I guess we'll have to trust to believe your deposits are getting put in there because he doesn't get anything. Or if he does, he probably doesn't check. I'm sure he's probably getting some email with saying, hey, your deposit, blah, 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 from the rec. But yes, and I have to physically go over there. I told him, you know what? You want to know where your money is. You want a debit card? Well, I don't want to have a debit card. But you want to know? You want to take some money out? It's your account. You have your ID. You can go over there.
Yeah, my son has a Bank of America account, and he's great about savings. He doesn't touch anything in his savings, But that checking, boy, he will blow through that checking on like.
Really? See, they don't have checking.
Like he'll move his stuff over into a savings account because I told them, about saving, giving, tithing, giving away a percentage, saving a percentage, and then the rest you can have, live your best life. And so he's diligent about that. Once he gets down to that spending amount, it's gone. He blows that. But I can't even get mad at him because he blows them on mobile comic books. Like he likes buying like comic books, kind of like how Kindle had comic books. Well, you can get like comic books. I mean, Kindle has books. You get comic books on your phone, and he just buys like.
But then what do you do with them?
Read them again after.
Only good to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Like music, I guess.
Yeah.
So yesterday was Father's Day, and so today I was just feeling out of sorts. I told you, Shane, that I had somebody to call off. I had my dad's ring on.
That's beautiful.
Stanley Allen Hamlin. So I thought I need the ancestors. Like last week, I'm seeing them because my air was off, but this week I need their I need that touch. Yeah, that touch and guidance. So
that's what's up. All right.
Anyway,
well, all right. Enjoy the rest of the day.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.